Welcome all. We have already completed our 4 lessons. Now, from the EVS part, our science part, we are going to start our next lesson. This is the 12th lesson. The lesson number from 5 till lesson number 11 will be included in your geography. So, our next science lesson is food for all. So, can you tell which vegetables do you get around the time of Diwali? Which fruits, which grains? Have you ever thought about the vegetables which we are getting during the Diwali time? Have you ever thought about the fruits which we are getting during that time? So, think about it. What are the seasons of jowar, bajra, rice, mangoes, oranges, jackfruits? So normally we are knowing that rice it is particularly cultivated in the season that is rainy season. Mangoes, oranges, jackfruit they require heat, so they have been coming in the season like summer season. Which part of the plant do we use as the food? Normally what we eat? We eat the leaves, we also eat sometimes the root because food is stored in roots also. So we are eating the roots. Okay, so we are eating out the fruits which we are getting. So we are eating different parts of plant for our satisfying our basic need, that is the food. So the first part we are going to study is the agriculture. The concept from this lesson, the lesson is food for all. We are going to study the first concept, that is agriculture. So in agriculture what they have given, you just see, first is the agriculture seasons. If you are knowing this or I don't know, but our India is one of the country which where agriculture is the main occupation of the people. Sheti we call it as in Marathi, it is a main occupation, लोकांचा व्यवसाय, it is agriculture. So agriculture seasons we are going to see this, we get food from plants. We are agreeing to this sentence that we are getting food from plants. For that purpose we sow the grains in the field and plant fruits, trees in the orchard. About 60% of land of our country is used in agriculture. Whatever land is present on the earth, in India, from that 60% of land is used for cultivating the crops, for vegetables, for fruits, etc. So we are using 60% of land for the agriculture purpose. Okay. The season from June to October, from the month from June to October, where it is actually raining, is called as the Kharif season. What is actually Kharif season? Yes, the season which occurs in the month of June to October. Why June to October? Normally you will be knowing that in this only season there is rain. So rainy season, and that particular season in which lies from June to October is said to be as Kharif season. In this season, crops are watered naturally by the rainwater. We are not giving out extra water to the plants. Water is being given by the rain itself. Okay, we are not using the pipes also. Why? Because rainwater is almost shivering on it. So the next part is the season from October to March. Now we have almost completed from June to October. So what about the next months? From October to March, the season is said to be as Rabi season or Rabi season. It is said to be as Rabi season. In this season, rainwater has soaked into the soil. Whatever the rain is falling, wherever it is falling, we are knowing it has been getting percolated inside. Percolated means it is been absorbed by the soil. So this soil is going deep, this water is going deep inside the soil. In this season, rainwater has soaked into the soil. The retreating monsoons and the dews are the sources of water. Retreating monsoon means what? Sometimes it rains in between itself, or the dew which is forming during the night time when the temperature is little cool. That time whatever the dew is formed, depend on that the crops are getting the water or we are watering them. Okay, we are purposely watering them because they require a certain amount of water. So the season from October to March is said to be as Rabi season. Now again if you calculate from June to October finish, October to March finish. So what about March to the May month or March to June again? What about it? So yes, so from March to June, these crops, whichever the crops are growing over here, they are said to be as the summer crops. They are called to be as the summer crops. So just now we have seen three types. One was Kharif season, one was Rabi season, and next part is summer crops. Summer crops means which? The crops which are growing in the month of March to June. Now the next part is agriculture work. If you have seen any time, agriculture is done, basically the one who is doing the agriculture is said to be as a farmer. So every farmer wishes to get a good harvest. No one will think that whatever I am doing, whatever hard work I am doing in the field, I should not get one amount of money also. No one will think negatively. They are thinking positively, yes, that this time it will be raining good, this time my crop will give out the good yield, this time I am going to get more money. So everyone is thinking positively. No one thinks bad about their field or bad about their crops. A good harvest provides a good income. Whatever you will do good, whatever your good harvest you will give, that only good harvest will give you good amount of money also. The fertile land, the land should be fertile, it should be of good quality, the soil into it. Good quality seeds, the seeds which you are sowing inside, they should be good quality, they should be not the faulty one. And the fertilizers and the availability of water, fertilizers are necessary. Now you can think about the natural fertilizers. Natural fertilizers are very good, okay, but sometimes natural fertilizers are not available. Some of the soil, they lack they are having some of the deficiency, they are not having proper nutrients. That's why we are supposed to give artificial fertilizers. But fertilizers, we called it in Marathi as khat, it is also required for the crops. These all things are necessary for good harvest. What things are necessary? A fertile soil, good quality seed, good fertilizer, and good amount of water. If these things are proper and near you, then your harvest will be the best. It is also necessary to carry out the task of tilling the land. Tilling the land means, yes, you are going to till the land, you are going to dug the hole into it, so that you are going to sow each and everything properly. Okay, the crop in the field must be protected and harvested. Crop must be also stored safely. Whatever the crop you are going to cultivate, you are supposed to store it properly also. The grains which you are going to get, if you have not stored it properly, if there is attack of rat, mice, etc., if you kept in the wet place where there is water and all, what will happen? Yes, there will be attack of fungus onto it, and later your grains will get damaged. So see that if your cultivation and your harvesting is not okay, but you should also store it properly. All these processes are very important. It is not only that one person you have did it and you have kept somewhere. You are not supposed to keep it somewhere, you are supposed to keep it in very dry place, and you should see that you are looking proper, you are giving proper attention to these grains. The population of the country is increasing. Population means, yes, the number of people in India, they are increasing, and still the need of all the people are being met. So whatever the need is, our need is for food, our need is of shelter, our need is of water. We require this all things. These are our basic needs. So this need is being satisfied. How they are getting satisfied? Yes, because there is good amount of stored grains in India. If one year also it not doesn't rain properly, then there is no, what we can say, we should not worry about it, because in India, because of some of the revolutions, we are having good amount of grains stored in spares, we can say, or we are having it properly stored with us. This is just possible because of the modern improved method of agriculture. So few of the agriculture methods are improved. Few of the seeds which they are somehow the government is providing us, it is also of good quality, and that is the reason all this need of the poor people is being satisfied. Now first part we are going to see the types of agriculture. From that, the first is the traditional agriculture. Traditional agriculture means, yes, earlier people they were doing a certain type of agriculture. That part was said to be as the traditional agriculture. In that method they were using the oxen, they were tilling the land, they were properly taking more efforts in the field. Nowadays you are having the tractors, you are having different machines. Earlier the people used to do everything by their own effort. No machine work was there. So that earlier farming or earlier agriculture is said to be as traditional agriculture. Now in the traditional method of agriculture, plowing, tilling, etc. were done with the help of oxen, the pair of ox. Okay, they were coming, they were tilling it, they were you helping them in plowing it. Okay. A mott means what? A huge leather bag. It was a huge leather bag made from the animal skin, which was useful for driving, which was driven with the help of oxen, which used to draw the water from the well. So if you wanted water for your field, you are supposed to put that mott, that bag, into the water. You should remove it from the well, and then it was being poured. So there was lot of effort. Nowadays we are having motors. Okay, if you just press down the button, water is going to come up. Harvesting, threshing, etc. was done by the family members. So their wife, the farmer's wife, their son, his son, his daughter, they were also helping out in the work of farming. However, farmers now carry out these tasks with the help of machine. And nowadays, what does the farmer do? Yes, he is doing all this work with the help of machines. Few farmers are still doing the traditional agriculture. Now we will see for the improved method of agriculture. And what is the improved method of agriculture? Yes, first one is the improved seeds. They are having the good quality of seed. Earlier, it was customary to preserve the seed of one harvest for sowing it into the next season. For example, if I am growing rice in my particular field, so what I was doing, I should keep some amount of rice grains with me, so that rice grains seeds will be useful for me in the next season to sow it. Those seeds did not have high yield, and that seeds which I was sowing, I will sow, will be not having good yield. Yield means what? It will not give out the good crop for you. Nowadays, improved seeds are developed through research. The scientists are doing huge amount of research, and that is why new seeds have been developed. They are available in the market for every crop such as jawar, rice, groundnut, wheat, etc. So whichever you demand for the crop, you will be having all type of grains or all types of seed available. These have the higher yield. Whichever seeds you are getting, sometimes they are faulty, sometimes they are they are fooling us, but still some good shops or good shop, they are providing us with a good quality seeds. They can resist pest attack. Pest attack means, yes, when there are small pest attacks, small insects are coming and attacking these plants, so they can control it. Some varieties become ripe for harvesting in shorter period of time. Some of the seeds which are there, no, they take very little time for their harvesting, and some with the less amount of water also can give you good quality of harvest. So these are the characteristic, or these are the good properties of these improved seeds. Now we are going to see the modern method of irrigation. What is meant by irrigation? Yes, तुम्ही जी शेती करता, so how you are providing water to it, it is said to be as irrigation. Now just see modern methods. Which are the modern methods? Earlier I have told you, they were using that mott, a leather bag, and they were putting into the water, and with the help of oxen was pulling out that leather bag out, and then water was given. Nowadays we are having motors. But now how they are doing this irrigation, we will see. Now irrigation is of two types. One is drip irrigation and another is sprinkle irrigation. What are those? We will just see. Crops grow well if they are watered at the right time. If you give excessive water, if you give more water, it will get totally damaged. But if you give it proper amount of water and regularly, whenever it is required, then only it will grow well. Water from the river, lakes and wells are they are used in irrigation in addition to the rainwater. After rainy season, you require water. So that water is been satisfied, or that water is been given to us with from the sources like river, well, groundwater, etc. Greater quantities of water are stored by building dams and bunds. If you have seen that dams have been built or constructed so that greater quantity of water can be stored, which can satisfy the need of the people for throughout the year after rainy season. This also helps to raise the level of groundwater, and because of this, what happened? The water is getting soaked inside, and that is why the groundwater level is also rising. Crops were traditionally watered through canals. Earlier people were watering the crops through the canals, but nowadays that canal water in summer season used to get evaporated, and after the summer crops were not getting proper amount of water. Nowadays what they are doing, certain improved method of irrigation are used which provide enough water to the plants at the same time, and water is also saved. How, that we will see. This one first is drip irrigation. What is done over here? Crops have been planted or seed is been sowed at a particular distance. They are sowing one plant over here, they are leaving some space, another crop, again space, another crop. They are leaving one pipe in front of it. You can see in this picture clearly, they have kept one black color pipe in front of it. Now near that crop only they have kept a small hole. त्यांनी तिथे एक hole पाडला, and because of that water is coming out of it and it is directly going to the root of the plant. What is the benefit over here? Yes, that the water is only going near the crop and it is not getting wasted unnecessarily, and that plant is also getting proper amount of water. Yes, so this is called as drip irrigation. Drip irrigation means what? Irrigation in which water is given to the plants with the help of pipe and a small hole. Now sprinkle irrigation means what? You can see over here in the between of the particular field they have kept one small sprinkler, and it is been getting water from the main water source, and when they are owning it, what is happening, that sprinkler is rotating, and when it is rotating water is coming out and it is getting spread everywhere. So whatever the crops which are present, they will, all the plants will be covered, or all the crops will be covered with this sprinkler water. Sprinkle irrigation make use of the sprinklers of different sizes that spray water directly on the plants. Now the next part is the fertilizers. So what are fertilizers? If the same crop are grown repeatedly in the field, the fertility of the soil decrease. This thing I hope you have learned somewhere. Whenever you are growing the same crop in the field again and again. Example I'll give you. If my field is there, if this year I have grown groundnut there, the next year also again in the same field I have grown the groundnut. Groundnut means shingdane. Again the same year I have grown groundnut. Again the another year I have grown groundnut. So same one by one year I am only growing groundnut and groundnut. So what will happen if the same crop is growing again and again in same field? The fertility of that soil, the quality of the soil will decrease. So what we should do? We should not cultivate one only crop there. After groundnut, just cultivate rice. After rice, cultivate wheat. Try to do something different changes in the crops. Don't cultivate same crop in one only place or in one only field. Okay, and because of that the fertility is decreasing. Now soil should be given out the fertility. Now who is giving out this fertility again? Yes, so how we are giving this fertility? Yes, we are giving this fertility with the help of fertilizers. Now fertilizers are of two types. One is natural and another is chemical. How is now natural fertilizers and chemical fertilizers? We will just learn about it. Natural fertilizers are called as manures. They are obtained from the materials available in nature like green waste and animal dung. Natural fertilizers, what they are called as? Yes, they are called as manures. And how we are getting it? From the cow dung, we are getting it from the animal dung, or dung means you are knowing, yes, whatever animals are throwing out of their body, and the green waste like plants are falling down, the leaves are falling down. So from this whatever is made out, it is said to be as natural fertilizers. Now chemical fertilizers are the fertilizers, or chemical fertilizers are the mixture of different chemicals which are useful in agriculture. But we should see that we are not giving out more fertilizers to the plant, chemical. What will happen? It will damage the crop. So the chemical fertilizer part which is there, we will just see it in the next lecture.